Hello, everybody, and welcome to another installment of the MRL Challenger Series here for race number 2 of the season. Now, this is going to be a lot of fun here. Homestead, for a lot of these drivers, this is quote-unquote a real track. Race 1 has come and gone, and that was at Talladega. So, we are now at the first oval of the race. Now, keep in mind we do have a diverse form of scheduling here in the Challenger Series. Of course, this is the open series. Anyone can race as long as you can meet the number in order to qualify, and we actually have that. We actually were just well, I guess technically too shy of making it I don't count in this, and you can see that I'm actually in the lobby. But we actually have a diverse cast of characters here, especially because we're going to be at Homestead this week and then Darlington next week. Now, Darlington's going to ruffle some feathers. I can just say that right now. So we're going to see how that's going to turn on out. But Bassbuck was our winner last week at Talladega in dramatic fashion, too. So he is going to be starting actually in the rear. Of course, he's already locked in, so he's more towards the back. He's like P13 right here in this 19-car field. So Tewa Sauce is going to be the direct rear of this, but our pole sitter is, we're going to scroll down here, is a Mopawa Cat. Now, you may recognize that name. Of course, he is a champion, both on the Cup Series side as well as a previous Challenger Series champion as well. So he knows how to get it done here in this series. But look on out, because right alongside him is the DNQ. Wherever he, wait, yep, there he is. The DNQ from last week. That was a Xander Zidell. He actually DNQ'd at Talladega, last season's champ, just to be the first one to be a DNQ in this season. But hey, you know what? You can see that he's come back strong. A P2 starting spot here, especially when he locked up the championship 1 season ago in the trucks for the season finale at this track. So Xander's going to be one to watch out for. But don't forget, we have a couple newcomers here. I had to find him on wherever he is. We actually have a B comp. You may recognize that name from the Sportsman series. He is going to be in P3 right here. So as our timer is going to end on out right here, we're going to back on out, let them do their thing, and then we can join momentarily. But while we are waiting, we go over the current playoff standings. Of course, top 8 drivers can actually come in to this series, and actually all 8 of them are in this race. We have WRX Mike as our points leader with 52 points, if I can talk. We have Fireslayer with 48. Lil Chris with 47, Elite Precision with 44, and then there we go, Bassfuck with his win. He's already good to go with 40. Sauce 39, UK also with 39, and then also, Cyber is our cut with 1 point just above the cut. So definitely, these guys want to come on out and start out, I guess, their season strong. Now, we do have a couple people that are on the cut, or just below, that are not in this race. Namely, Always Eric is the first one that's not going to show up. Hamilton is not going to show up. B. Schultz is not going to show up. And then a couple further on down that list, we're going to be seeing from them as well. Now, joining me in a cast of characters on the onboards, we're going to be looking at Broadcaster Clay's POV, so I'm still going to have a ticker and see where everyone's going to be, but you can see in that lovely number 98, before Riley Earps decided to desecrate that number with his presence, you can see that that number 98 Ford Mustang is going to take that bottom here. Now, Homestead is a multi-groove track here. You can actually run both the top and the bottom, but you can already see a couple of these drivers already getting all sorts of loose. We're going to be seeing a fight for both lanes. So what can Tay do? Kind of looking on from the back shot right here. See what everyone's going to do. Oh, we have a lagger up there. That is the 7 of Liv Morgan fan. Holy moly. We saw that 7 do some schmoovin right there, and you can actually see that much like Talladega, this is going to be a bit of a draft track much before long. Oh yeah, big lag from that 7, so that's definitely something we have to watch on out for. So I'm sure a lot of these drivers are going to be trying to just get away from that. But top 5 consisting of a lot of Mopawa. I'm noticing you have Sauce down there. He actually made a recent change to join GMI for this Challenger season. So look out for that number 9 to make some moves for GMI here. But you can see a little bit behind the waves right here. You have the PMR outfit of the Zero of Lil Chris trying to get underneath that 7, trying to get him out of the way, because you don't want to be behind a lagger. Oh my goodness, can you imagine the lag space from that? So, but you can see just how crunched together this field is for the time being. Of course, that is going to be the Homestead in a nutshell here. 100 laps is going to be on docket tonight. A lot can happen here in 100 laps, especially with stages. We're going to be looking at 22 lap stages here, or at least that's going to be for stage 1. It's going to be a little bit less for stage 2, so we're going to be seeing how that's going to shake on out, especially, oh my goodness, big wall incident by the 92 of Topster. He actually started P8, so it's unfortunate from him. That number 2, and that number 92, I should say, excellent set of paint schemes, so he picked right with that scheme. The 52 is actually in the wall up there. Oh, and that number 9, this 7 of Liv Morgan fan is going to bite the bullet right there. Unfortunate from him. He's going to be the only one that is going to get absolutely knocked on out of the way. Liv, unfortunate from him, just have to get back on that horse and ride. The 74 of B-Comp, you can just see how aggressive these cars are, especially coming off a 2. What can the 98 do as the 74 looks low? May not be able to complete the pass, but you can see the 98 is going to run high right here. As long as he doesn't get loose, he should be able to have that high side momentum, and he will as he carries it all the way down that front stretch. And now a little bit of side draft here, and he's going to have a bit of help from his friend, but also from the Zero that's maybe going to want to take it 3 wide, and he will. A little bit back of the bumper to the 74 right there, and now we're going to be looking 3 wide as the Zero is right there at the quarter panel, and he has to back on a very wise move. But you can see, especially from the back shot right here, let's actually go on board with the 8. I saw him get wicked loose off the back of my camera shot right there, and you can just see how much that these guys are just fighting these cars. Oh my goodness, big movements up here as well. We find a lot of these drivers just trying to get settled in. 7 laps young in this stage. So yeah, that's definitely going to be something that we're going to be watching out for. Broadcaster Clay, though, I'm seeing is actually in a tight battle. Thought about taking it 3 wide with Tay up high, but Tay is going to grab the wall, so that's going to grab him P17 from that. But we are on board with the lead right here, as we are still side by side. Now, it's going to take a lot, like I said, in order for this pack to start dispersing. But you're going to see little pockets of drivers starting to emerge. You can already see it right here as more than not, a lot of these drivers are, the 9 is going to grab that wall right there and it won't let you go. So that's going to kind of kill the momentum by the 08 as well as the 99. But just below him, or behind him I should say, is the 44 of Fire Slayer battling with the 18 of Bass, who actually ground the wall trying to enter the corner right there. But big movements by all of these guys in order to try to make up as much ground as possible. And you can... I just cannot stress enough, ladies and gentlemen, how loose these cars will be, especially on a pure preset, if you are not prepared. That's why we always recommend to do some practice laps beforehand, because you never know when it's going to come in handy. 3 wide, though. The 0 of Lil Chris is going to get Omega loose, but the 1 of Cyber is going to get even looser, and he's going to lose a butt ton of field advantage, trying to make that spot back. The 54 of Xander is going to thread it 3 wide. Is going to just clear the 08 of Blakey T right there. And you can see that 54 lost a little bit of momentum on that high side. He's going to try to look low right here. We're on board the 9. Just see just how many drivers are preferring the top. And that is a little bit strange if you ask me, because, but you can see the 9 get really loose on the top, and you can just see there's nowhere to go for a lot of these guys. The 99s really force it on in there. The 44, I'm sure, is not going to appreciate that, saying that, hey, you know what, there's only so many places you can go. The 18 of Bass is the odd one out of that. Oh my goodness, but yeah, all take and no give, even in stage 1. The 51 of Wildcard Coyote is right behind this 0 of Lil Chris right here. He is a brand new driver for the series. Well, he signed up, I should say. He had every intention of making it to Talladega, but unfortunately scheduling just doesn't allow that sometimes. And you have a little bit of, I guess, a conundrum for Wildcard, because now he is down an entire race. He didn't get any points last race, but now he's looking, of course, a win and you're in. That kind of fixes all of life's woes. So Everyone, minus out the 18, is currently outside of the playoffs, even if you have enough points to make it on in. A win fixes everything. And you can just see how much that 98 wants to keep that track position. And just like I was saying, you can see that the track is really starting to space on out right here. So we are about to be, 13 laps into this run? So about halfway through this stage right here. And you can just see the comers and goers right here. The one aside, we saw him get Omega loose, but he just made this pass there for P5. P6. So definitely he's schmoovin' right there. But at the same time, we also see another, goer in all of this was... Oh, the 10 gets really loose right there. The biggest goer out of all this is probably the 54. Losing a little bit of track position is just so hard to get it all back. Of course, you want to play the patient game. Oh, but you can see a little bit of patience being tested right there as people grind the wall. You're going to want to take as much of that as possible. And we saw that live right on board with the 54 as he was able to snipe 2 positions, both one from the 1 and the 51 right here. So now we're going to start to see the bottom start coming in more. The top is more of an early race, if you ask me, and now we're going to see the bottom start making some headway as these tires are starting to wear. You're going to want to really start running, I guess, a lower line in order to kind of keep those tires from really starting to... They're not blistering, but overheat is definitely the word. And of course, the hotter the temperature, the more grip they lack. So you can see the 16 is really diving on down. He is going to try to go for the slide job. He is going to possibly make it work. Wherever he is, right here. Come on. He does. So he will snipe in front of the 98 right here. But you can just see that the 0 Low Chris is also wanting to take that spot. Now, the 16, will he hold it? Because I'm seeing a bunch of hungry hounds right behind him. The 98 is going to get a bunch of momentum moving forward. Will he go low? Oh, he thought about it, but I think the 16 wanted to go low anyway, so that wasn't necessarily a block, but I'm sure from the 98's POV, that was probably just like, come on, man. But because of that, the 98 is now in a really weird position, because if he goes low, the 54 can go high and force it 3 wide, but at the same time, the 54 is already looking a little bit... trying to push forward, so he is probably going to work with the 98 to a degree, but ultimately it's going to be for the benefit of himself, if I know Xander correctly. Oh, the 74 really tosses it in inside of 3 wide right there. Wonderful car control from that, but the 74 really kind of closing his own door right there and clears himself on the 54. I'm sure the 54 probably doesn't enjoy that. A little bit of contact between him and the 98, so that's really going to set things up for a mean finish here as the 16 is now just able to just drive away. But that really connected this pack right here. All of the top 10 and then a little bit of some. Let's actually see if we can count them out. 3, 4, 5. Oh, big apron touch by the 92. That's going to wall the 9 right there, and that's going to spin on out the 44. Will we have our first caution of the race? Maybe. Oh, there it is. Now, will that end the stage? That's going to be the question here. Because it looks like the 7 was involved with that. The 44, the 9 as well. Of course, wall touching, that doesn't quite help. This is going to be a sprint to the finish here. Looks like 1 lap to go in this stage. So definitely we're going to have to see how who's going to stay on out and who's going to pit. Obviously, you probably want to pit here and then stay on out at the end of the stage. So I can assume a lot of these guys are going to be coming on down. But if you want points, then everything's on the table here. We'll have to see, though, how this is going to shake on out for some leaders. I am seeing some drivers not pitting here, according to Broadcaster Clay's POV. But, so some are going for points, some are not. We'll have to see who is not going to, as we are going to load it on here for the final lap of Stage 1. I actually don't know. Looks like actually everyone did. Never mind. Now, whether they took 2 or not, that's going to be the question here. It is going to be 1 lap to go in this first stage, so this is going to be a mean brawl for a lot of these drivers. You're going to see a lot of fighting for the bottom, as essentially we're just going to go for broke here. You can see the 98 is going to try to fake up high, and he will. He will get to the top here. The 16 has to give him room. Lovely shot by that. Now, what will the 74 do? He tried to go 3 wide, but unfortunately the 16 was there. Now, coming on down to finish the stage, it's going to be one final corner here. The 54 really snakes it on down, and just like that, the 98 almost touches that. A little bit of door banging by that, and that will be the stage. UK picking up the first stage right here. Lovely pass by the 16, being able to snake it off of turn 2 right there. And now I can assume everyone, well, I guess I should rephrase, mostly everyone is going to be staying out right here because they only did 1 lap. Why would you pit here unless your car is really ill handling? Then that's gonna be the main question. However, because of that, we have some drivers that I'm seeing from broadcaster Clay's POV that are pitting. I'm seeing Terrell pitting. I'm seeing our leader pitting. What will they do? I'm gonna check Discords here if there's anything happening. Oh, it looks like a little bit of complaints by the to the 74, so we'll have to see how that's going to shake it on out. Blakey T is not appreciative of what the 74 was doing there at the end of that stage, so we'll have to see how that's going to shake on out here. I got to stop saying that. I said that last night so much in this stage. We're waiting for someone. Hello? Oh, well, that makes sense. So the 8 was down pit road. So now, there we go. Okay. Interesting. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Man, I turned around for 1 second. What happened? I turned around for 1 second, and there is a caution. So yeah, this 7, the 8 of Tay Pitt coming to the caution, and he stayed on out. So that will be a penalty for that. It looks like we do have a couple people put on down pit lane. Again. Oh, well, there we go. Never mind. Fixed itself right there. The 8 is out of this race. So never mind. All right, fixed itself. So what happened there? Looks like we'll have to kind of rewind to see what exactly happened. Let's go on board with Clay's perspective and see what happened. So we're on board right here. Coming to the green. All right. And I guess we're going to have to find out out here. All right, never mind. But we are live here, back at it again. The 1 does not go. Where did he lag on out? Oh, the 1 of Cyber is out of this race. Super unfortunate by the 1 in order for that to happen. But, oh, as a 51 gets crazy loose off the 2 right there. But the 1 of Cyber is out of this race. Adversity, right? The 22 tries to throw it on down. Looks like some people did not pit under this caution. We have 12 people watching. Holy God, thanks, guys. But you can see that the 18 of Bassbuck is going to roll on high here. 3 wide going into turn 1. The 54, his teammate right behind. As long as we stay off the wall, we saw the 54 kind of clap it right there. The 10 comes up high. The 18 is going to grind right there, and that's going to choke on up everyone as the bottom side is just going to absolutely just filter on through. Now, you're going to see a lot of these drivers that did not pit are going to kind of fall towards the back right there, but super unfortunate by the 1. Well, let's see what happens. Seeing Fire Slayer start really upset 99 put me in the wall. Oh, dang. Baseball kid. Yeah, damn. Alright, so, back at it again. I apologize. So we have another POV now, because it looks like Bass was actually able to broadcast. So we have two different POVs, so I was actually able to pick that up. So we have Broadcaster Clay, so we have, oh my god, as I just saw the 74 and the 9 go 3 wide, all of them into the wall right there. Oh me, oh my. Looks like the 74 is still into the wall right there, as he is slow right now, coming on down, and he's going to allow the 5 of Broadcaster Clay to get on by. The 74 going all the way to the rear of the 0 is still the leader, as the 22 gets crazy loose right there. Let's go back on board with our leader, as WRX Mike is finding those tires are not to his liking, as we have 2 drivers on out of this race. Like I said, the 1 and the 1 and the 8. I don't know why I was spacing out on that. But because of that, we have now a separation for the pack. We have something happened to the 98. Unfortunately, I missed that. But because of that, you can see that all of these guys with tires now are starting to move their way to the front. 54 of Xander, definitely moving on up right here. We also have the 16 of Elite trying to throw it on down. I'm not quite sure what happened to the 1 of Cyber. I'm sure we probably have to see what happened. Or maybe he was a lag out or something like that. But super unfortunate by that. But it looks like because of that, we are seeing a lot of ill-handling cars start making their way up here. Oh, the 0 gets crazy loose right there, and the 18 kind of went down to avoid it. The 54, I'm sure, is probably going to try to get on around the 0 as quickly as possible. The 7 tries to make a move on the 44 right there, and he's going to be the lone man out on the bottom. And currently we have the 74 trying to make up a little bit of ground. Looks like he is going to be in P13. P12. I apologize about that. So this is P12. So we have Terrell, who is just in front of that, is being the lone man out of stage point territory. And coming on around, we're going to see how many laps to go from our leaders. And we are with 8 laps to go in this stage. So apologies about the intermittent breaks in between all of this, ladies and gentlemen. But we are looking at all of this and seeing how it's working on out. Because of that, the 54 of Low Chris is still our leader, but it looks like we're about to go 3 wide for a hot second. The 18 doesn't quite have the momentum, but the 54 does, and the 16 of Elite's going to go with them. The 18 still down low, though, so it was 3 wide for momentarily there. The 16, though, really close. Oh, my goodness. But they are rocking that top side. Absolutely destroying it. Oh, big tight moment. The 18 really closing that door. And I shouldn't say closing. That was a slam shut on the 0 right there. But I'm sure the 0 is going to try to get that top side rolling. But you can see that those tires are now coming apart. So despite only running about 2 laps before the caution came on out, we are seeing a bit of a bit of tire wear at this point. Now, big movements from the top to bottom right here, as we are now 6 laps to go in the stage. Oh, the 7 goes into the wall, and he's going to grind it on out. He is going to lose touch with the first pack, and now he will be battling with the second pack for P13. So that puts him down to P12. Xander has the lead, and everyone behind him wants it. Fireslayer looking down low, able to clear the 16. That is a satellite teammate. But Sauce is going to throw it 3 wide, and now Lilchrist is going to be on the defensive. Saucy boy. Oh, a little bit of contact. In fact, that's going to hurt the 9 more than it does the 0, and the 9's going to lose 2 positions off of that. And now, coming on through, this should be 4 to go. What can the 44 do? He's been looking sporty here lately. He was a contender to go and win the race last week, but unfortunately, just coming apart from, like, with 2 laps to go, the 18 was able to snag it, but the 44 does look sporty here in the Xfinity Series. Of course, he was barely out of the playoffs last season in the Truck Series, but it looks like the Xfinity Series is his kind of place to be. So what can he do here? The 16, though, not wanting to play second fiddle here, is going to try to throw it on down. But they both lose momentum. That's going to open the door for Xander to have a little bit of a lead here. Just checking on in and see if we lost anyone else. No, not yet. Going to see how many laps to go here. Oh, thank you, Siri. We have 3 laps to go in this stage. Siri coming on in, making a little bit of a guest appearance right there as the 08 and the 9. The 08 comes really loose right there, and he is going to get back up on that horse coming onto turn 3, but he's going to lose a lot of that turn. Now, I do believe that is him outside of nope, just inside of stage 4 territory. So, but you can just see how aggressive these drivers are with 2 laps to go here. The 44 is starting to make the move here, but the 54 will have the topside momentum as the 54 gets loose again. And now the 16 is going to take advantage of that, drafting with the 54 right here and maintain his momentum, his RPMs all the way through. The 54 is changing up his line now to try to avoid that. Now, if he wants to play Talladega right here, he can actually play both lines right here. Now, this is going to be interesting. What is the 44 going to do? He's probably going to throw it on down. The 54 has to expect that, and he does. He's leaving him just enough space, and the 44 did throw it on down, but not enough space to make it work. He gets loose coming off of turn 2. That's going to open the door. Oh, 16 goes, and the 44 is going to go into the wall. Oh my goodness, now that's going to open up the door for a new stage point earner right here as the 54 comes on around. As we see, Clay actually also lost his footing right there as Xander will go and take the victory for stage 2. Wow. That's how quickly things can change. So we're going to see what's happening right here. It looks like Monster is apologizing to the 7 and the 5. Bass is apologizing to UK. Oh, my God. So, stage 3 here. This is the all-important stage 3. 56 laps to go. We're not even halfway yet, ladies and gentlemen. So, rack it back on up. 17 drivers are left in this race. I am not quite sure what happened with Cyber, but I can't wait to find out. So, this is going to bring UK back into it. So, it looks like that question was answered with what happened with UK. With the 98, it was actually the 18 that must have made contact with them. US Truck coming on in. Oh, what's going on, man? Now, he's going to be odd one out back here. Unfortunate from him. So let's go back on up with our top spot. And it looks like Wildcard is actually going to pick up spot as he was able to nab... Oh, my goodness, hiccups. As he was able to nab P3 in that stage. Now, this is the all-important one right here. This is where we are expected to make green flag or possible green flag stops. Now, what will they do? Will they just go full ham, or will they just kind of savor the flavor a little bit? Big action back here by the 08 and 74 especially. The 08 charging the corner right there will make it work because on these fresh tires, you're going to be seeing a lot of people just go where anyone isn't. I mean, it's pretty plain and simple, honestly. Just go where they're not. But that top side, the 74 is just moving up there. Looks like the 10 got walled a little bit. I'm not quite sure who that was, but the 98 lets him back in. So that's a very tip of the hat moment to the 98 letting him back in. The 07 of Heron getting low on the apron right there. But that's probably just because he was loose. But still, all 17 drivers in this draft. The 98, though, not really making a whole lot of progress, but again, this is only 2 laps into the stage here. Oh, you can just see, just from the lines, just how out of control these guys are, especially in the draft. And that's partially why I put the draft so low, because you will have these massive runs, and the guys just don't know what to do with it. 16, though, trying to make some headway here, but he's going to be a lonely man down there on the bottom. But thankfully, we'll get a little bit of help as we enter the corner there. The 9 going to get into the 51 right there, and the 51, thankfully, has a 16 right behind him. He's going to give him a little love tap, and now will basically get him the spot back. but the 9 charging the corner a little bit too much, and a little bit of contact again as we're gonna go 4 wide into turn 2. This is not gonna work, guys. Oh, oh my god! And just like that, the 9 gets mega loose. The 08 gets the odd one out, and he is gonna go spinning. Where is? Oh, there he is. The 08, unfortunately, is going to be all by himself back here. He's got to get back on up, and oh my goodness, unfortunate from him, but that will probably take him out of contention unless we get a caution out of that. I'm surprised that wasn't one, but that is just how aggressive these guys can be, as the 99 looks like got loose. The 54 got the wall right there. The 0, what the heck happened up here? The 99 charging the corner again, and we're seeing 3 wide again. Oh my goodness, what is this wad right here? Someone's got to give, ladies and gentlemen. Going on through, going to be 3 by 3 by 3. All 9 drivers here. Someone has to not kind of back on out and just be like, hey, I want no part of this. And it looks like that is going to be the 92, but the 54 also going to snag it. That's got to be a yellow. No yellow for that. Okay, the 54 is Xander. Unfortunate from him. Gonna follow the path of the 08, and that is just not a place you want to be. But look at this. Bassbuck is leading again. What set of circumstances did this happen? Of course, I am watching Bassbuck's POV right now. He just kind of just snookered his way up here, just minding his own business. Then all of a sudden, we have the 18 up here in the lead again. What is happening from this? Oh, ran out of town. That is what conversation amongst friends, of course. Bass saying ran out of town, Xander saying happens a lot. That's funny. But now you can see just how spread on out this field has gotten. The 74, though, definitely not having... Oh, my God, as the 22 gets a little bit of lag spike right there. I'm sure he is made aware. The 7 as well, just kind of rubber banding back there. So I'm sure a lot of these guys are just not... They're not even going to try. They're just trying to be like, hey, you know what, man? Just let me survive. Don't let me get involved in that. Broadcaster Clay up into P11 right now. Bass still our leader, as we are at 45 laps to go, meaning we are on lap 56 out of this 100-lap feature. So to kind of give a update on where everyone is right now, let's go on board with our leader. Well, I guess as close to as possible. The 18 of Bassbuck is our leader right here. The 0 of Lil Chris is P2. Wildcard Coyote P3 in that number 51. Terrell the Phantom in that number 9 P4. B-Comp in that 74 P5. UK P6. Elite Precision P7. Looks like Sauce there in P8. Fire Slayer P9. And then the 22 of Monster P10. P11 will be... P11 will be Broadcaster Clay right behind, as we saw right there, the 7 get crazy loose. That is P12 of Liv Morgan fan. Right behind him is the 10 of WRX Mike. Behind him is 13th of Topster K Gaming, and then P14 is going to be Heron. P15, unfortunately, is going to be our drivers that are all the way back here. We have... the 54 of Xander, as well as the 08 of Blakey T. So these guys are just kind of all by their lonesome. And that is P15 and 16. And as we are just kind of just schmoving around right now. 2 drivers out of this race, of course. We have Tay with Sauce as well as Cyber. I'm still not sure what happened with Cyber. And I don't know what happened with Tay either. So I'm sure we're going to see something on that. But... The 18's doing a lovely job, mind you. He's running that bottom side now. I want to point out is the more that these guys run the top, as the 99 and the 98, numerical brothers right there, getting all out of sorts coming off of turn 2. And now we're going to be seeing the 98 try to close the gap on our leader here. Of course, remember, he was our Stage 1 winner, but he is making that topside work to his advantage. But... I don't think that these drivers will kind of give it up without a fight. This field, though, is getting massively spread on out, and especially as we are approaching pit stops here in about 15 laps. And I know that sounds like a lot, but a lot of these guys are going to be probably pitting a little bit beforehand, maybe stopping or splitting the stage in half. But whether or not you want to, that's going to be the question. Fuel is not so much the question. Tires are, as the 44 gets crazy loose coming off of 4 right there. He's going to merge back on, losing a couple spots in the process. Checking on in with our drivers back here. The 54 just running his own race right now. I'm sure he can pick up a couple more spots, but that's super unfortunate by him as we see a lead change. B-Comp in the 74 taking the lead right here. And now the 16 of Elite Precision going to try to throw it on down 3 wide, but nowhere to go. He actually is going to hit the apron, so that's going to bounce him back on up. He's going to slam the door shut on the 98. The 98 is probably going to cross him over. He does. Now it's going to be a lane change here. It's going to be 2 by 2 entering turn 1, giving each other a little bit of draft. The 18 goes low, but not enough space for a pass to be made. 98 is going to still be low, but the 16 will be up high. That should be momentum to the 16. Oh, my goodness. The 16, I think, tagged the wall there for a hot second, and we are seeing the the repercussions of preset choice. Personally, I would have ran a 5 around here. But seeing how loose even the most talented of racers are, just like that, the 74 gets into the wall, and it's so hard to get off of it as the 18 takes the lead back. Now he has 3 hungry hounds right behind him with the 98 as well as the 16. He's going to have a lot of work to do. So the 18 just has to keep his wits about him, and he will be fine. Someone went deep down there. That's the 99. I'm not sure if that was because he was loose or if he's pitting. I highly doubt he's pitting, as that is way too early, if you ask me. Coming on around, we're going to see how many laps to go in this stage. So give me a second here, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be 37 laps to go. So now we're going to be starting to see a lot of these drivers start to think about when to come on down for green flag pit stops. Of course, we saw a little bit of incident in stage 2, I guess in the earlier stages, but now with the field kind of spread on out, green flag pit stops are now going to have to be at least something to consider. With 10 laps of fuel, we're going to be seeing them probably come on down anywhere between the next 5 laps and the next, 10, obviously. So, while the 18 is leading right here, I'm going to take a quick break. I will be right back. Let's go on board with our leader for a hot second. And never mind, I apologize. We have a battle for the lead. The 18 is up high, and the 16 of Elite is working with... no, never mind. He was working with UK to try to make the pass. Now, UK is kind of by his lonesome here. Now, he will slide on up, and not quite there. No, that door is slammed shut. The 18 kind of... got bumper slamming or door slamming. I'm saying, hey, I didn't appreciate that. You weren't clear. And now you can see this massive line up top versus the one lone soldier down there on the bottom. The 18 still has the high side momentum, and he will make it work. But with the draft, I don't know if he'll be able to clear. He'll be able to go side by side with the 98 going into turn 3. That's probably why the 16 is starting to get a little impatient with the 18 right here, knowing that these two are very evenly matched when it comes to this. That's probably going to do it right there. The 98 kind of hit the apron there off of in the middle of 3 and 4. Now that will open up the door for the 16, who is going to immediately pounce right there. The 18 is going to crowd the 16 right there, but that's going to actually open up the door as the 16 bounces off the apron. Oh my goodness, wonderful save by these guys. The 74 of B-Comp goes crazy loose, and he will maybe actually that's a signal to pit. Maybe I think I saw one person, maybe the 10 signal to pit. We'll have to see if the 74 is going to be pitting. No, he's a little bit too high for that. But you have to be mindful of these guys, as we're going to be seeing a lot of signals to pit here sooner rather than later. Now, I don't want these guys to get confused with them coming on down to pit. It may look like them getting loose. So these guys have to be especially on the lookout for potential people to be pitting when they're actually not. The 9 getting really aggressive with the 0 back there, but kind of follows in line. The 7, though, kind of by his lonesome. 51 of Wildcard Coyote back there as well. Now, the parity of 2 different lanes, or 2 different cars. Broadcaster Clay is outrageously tight. He is 13% on his right front and 46 on his right rear. Meanwhile, you have Bassbuck with a perfectly even split, and when it comes to tire percentages. So it's interesting how setups are coming into a factor here, as potentially we're going to be seeing Clay come on down earlier than that. Come on, 18, saying I don't get paid enough. Well, thank you so much. Bassbuck is definitely in P2. He's definitely going to make it work, or at least try to. Now, that could be a signal to pit right there. That 18 may be signaling. I don't know. No, I think he just got loose. But now, a lot of these drivers are probably going to assume he's going to be pitting here soon because, like I said, that signal to come on down is going to look a lot like getting loose. So now we're going to be seeing a lot of these drivers maybe getting it twisted. Broadcaster Clay is probably going to be pitting here in the next lap or so. So we're definitely going to be seeing pit stops here sooner. Oh, well, never mind. There we go. Heron coming on down for his first stop. So that is definitely something that is happening. So Heron is the first one to come on down. Who is going to be the next one to kind of follow as the 7, trying to get on past the 74. Also, just in front of the 7, making the pass right there. Going to toss it on down. The 18 does crowd a little bit of bumper touch right there, but the 18 should still have the advantage. In fact, the 74 kind of go, but the 0, and the 18 actually hitting the wall right there. Oh my goodness, that is outrageously close. A little bit too close for comfort. But we are looking at 29 laps to go here, and this is a 100-lap race. So now we're seeing a lot of these drivers. Yep, there goes the 74. That is going to be signaling to come on down. Everyone else behind has to at least see that coming. So what is going to happen here? We're going to be on board the 74, who is going to be coming on down this time, and he will. So a lot of these guys are now going to make this work. Now, the pit window is open, ladies and gentlemen. A full tank will get you to the end. Looks like the 92 of Topster is also next one to come on down. Wildcard Coyote also lost a little bit of time right here. I'm wondering what's happening with him. He was a front runner for a hot second. The 99 as well, the 44, lovely save. A lot of these guys are going to be coming on down in order to save it right there. So we're going to keep on board with Fire Slayer because we're going to see a great shot of a lot of these drivers that are going to be pitting here. And oh my goodness, the 99, I think he made it. Oh my goodness, but that was extremely close. The 18 of Bassbuck as well got a wonderful shot. Got in front of the 0 Low Chris, but we still have some cars that are still out on track. So let's go on board with our leader, who is still the 16, and you can see him and the 98 both coming on down. The 16 will have the benefit of kind of charging the corner, but now it's going to be at the mercy of the 98. How aggressive will you want to be? It looks like very conservative is the answer, as the 16 comes on down, and so does the 98. Now that's going to probably put the lead to someone else. I'm pretty sure the 51 as he comes on around, but I could be mistaken on that. Yes, the 51 will exit. So it looks like we're going to be watching for everyone just to make sure they take the access road here, and they should be green as grass, as the grass they are around them. So look at that, everyone coming on down. There we go. Well, thank you so much. I don't get paid enough. We do have the 9 that is down on pit road. The 16 is still in the pits. The 98 is still around here somewhere. There goes the 51 coming on down. He is our leader. And now, looks like as we are coming on around, this is to take the lead for a lot of these drivers. We're going to see the 16 still be our leader, but the 22, I think, pit super early here, so he may be in contention for our leader here, and I think he will, as the 22 coming out of the pits. He is just 2 cars up the way right here. Oh, maybe... Nope, I apologize. We're a little bit behind. We're a little bit delayed. We're a little bit delayed here, ladies and gentlemen. We still have a whole nother lap. But it looks like maybe the 74 getting on past. There goes the 51. This will be the lead. I apologize for the confusion. I can only work with so much. The 74 is now our leader, coming on out of the pits right here. So, wonderful strategy to pit early. But was it too early? Homestead is actually a track where you actually lose more fuel than you can save. Will it be too late? By pitting that 1 extra lap earlier means you have to save that little bit extra in the long run. Meanwhile, the 18 right behind, or I should, there we go. Let's go on board with 16. This is P2 and P3 right here. The 18 and the 16 working together. Oh, and I'm going to apologize for that. We do have another DNF. The 92 of Topster has decided to bow on out of this race. So, unfortunately, that is going to be another driver out of this race, but that's going to be great news if you are the 54 of Xander or the 08 of Blakey T, who lost the touch with the main pack. So that's going to be excellent news for them. The 16, though, is trying to work with the 18 here. That is P2 and P3 that we're on board with right here, trying to close the gap. Meanwhile, right behind, you can see the 98 and the 0 working together. That is P4 and P5. And then right behind him is the 22 of Monster Racing. That is going to be P6. It looks like he picked super early, and you can see that how loose he is right here and how he's just kind of being dropped by these guys. Let's check on board with the Discord, see if there's anyone mad at each other. Looks like the 9 is a little upset with the 99, but other than that, nothing too crazy. That's just Homestead, baby. 16 saying, screw it, I don't want to work with the 18 anymore, saying that he can go about it himself, and he will. He should be able to make the pass here. The 18 will be clear going on past here, and next time they come around, I will get a lap count to see how many laps we are left in this 100-lap race. It is a top 5 breakaway here up for the top spot, and make that the 16 maybe a new leader. The 16 around here somewhere. There he is, getting that top spot back, and we are 21 laps to go in this race here, ladies and gentlemen. Just one shy of our MRL 20 lap to go. Let's go over a quick race rundown. We've had 3 stages so far. This is our 3rd and final stage. Stage 1 winner was the 98 of UK. Stage 2 winner was the 54 of Xander, RS Meatwagon. RS Meatwagon, unfortunately, had some bad luck getting spun on out, getting way... I don't know if it was him hitting the wall and then a combination of someone being hit with him, but no caution was as a result. And unfortunate for him, he is now all the way back in the pack. But the 98, our Stage 1 winner, is still in contention. And you can see just how strong the car can be. The 16, despite having 4 cars right behind him, is kind of pulling on away. The 74 may starting to feel a little bit of that that tire wear here, and you can see 2x2 racing behind. So we're going to take a step away from this and go on board with our second pack right here, who is led by the 99. Fire Slayer is behind him. So Terrell, this is P6. P7 is Fire Slayer with, you can see the 7 of Liv Morgan fan there in P8. But he is a little bit lagging right there, so I'm sure that 5 of Broadcaster Clay is a little bit anxious on being behind him. So that is P5. That is, or sorry, not P5. The number 5 there in P9. P10 is WRX Mike. P11 is Wildcard Coyote with the 54 being right behind him. That is P12. Looks like P13 is going to be Monster. P14, Blakey T. P15 is going to be Heron. Here we go. It looks like the 5 of Clay looks like gets crazy loose, and he will lose a little bit of time to his peers in front, but nothing too crazy. 3 cars out of this race so far. The 8 of Taywis Sauce, the 1 of Cyber, who we thought was going to be a contender this entire race, but unfortunately just was not able to work on out. I do believe he lagged on out of this race. In fact, actually, let's. I'm going to message him right here to see if we can have some confirmation on that. Wherever he is. Yep, there we go. So as we watch the battle for the lead right here, what the heck happened to the 74? Where did he go? He is all the way back here racing for P12. Oh my goodness, what happened? I was on board with it. Oh, how did I miss that? Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for missing that, but the 74 all the way back here in the top spot. I wonder if he got loose or it, oh, God forbid someone put him there. But we're seeing now a 4-horse race up here for the, not just the race win, but for the podium. Only one unlucky soul will not get this. All right, message has been sent. We're going to be seeing if Cyber responds. But while we wait for that, we're going to get a lap count as we come on through again. That does suck for the 74 indeed. I was on board with that. I'm not quite sure what happened. Maybe we can see something from Bassbook's POV. So looks like just coming on through. That's turn 2, maybe turn 4. Nope, he's still there. Nope, he's still there. Just trying to see what's going on. Oh, looks like, yep, we're seeing it right here. He got loose and found himself the wall and spun because of it. So that would explain the 74. So because of that, you can just see how spread on out everyone is right here. So coming on through, we are looking at 14 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen. But crucially, I'm on board with the 18 and his blah, 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 if I can talk, I'm sorry, that would be great. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. I trip over my own words here and there. But the 18 is right on the money when it comes to fuel. Like I said, Homestead is a track that you actually burn more fuel than you run normally. So, for instance, a fuel run here is 30 laps. By the time you actually would pit, you are burning about, like, a full run is actually about 28 because you burn about 2 laps worth of fuel. That is crucial for the 18's race in order to come on through as, oh my goodness, I was watching on board from Broadcast Play as WRX Mike had a big old lag spike right here. Super unfortunate for the 5 right here as he is now going to be all out of sorts. Oh, maybe it actually was the 5 that was lagging. Oh my goodness, as yet he is off the pace. Oh my goodness, the 5 is coming on down to pit this time. Oh, don't hit the barrels. Don't pull a Kurt Busch. All right, well, how quickly things can change. So the 99, who is the third car in front of this right here, is now P5. Looks like right behind him is going to be Fire Slayer, which is P6, Liv Morgan Van P7, WRX Mike P8. That moves Xander, who is the 54, right back here into P9 with Wildcard Coyote in remainder of the top 10. This is why you never quit, ladies and gentlemen. You will be surprised what you can do. Meanwhile, though, you can see that the top 4 is just kind of biding their time. They're just waiting right here in order to go the distance. Never mind. It looks like the 0 is saying, you know what? I want to get that spot right there, and he does. He does elevate himself into the podium positions, but the 18 may bounce back. No, he actually is going to play the patient game and is going to just follow in line right here, knowing that he has a good spot. Now is not the time to try to go for it. So with only 10 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen, this is crunch time. Now, you don't want to lose the pack here. You can see that there's a little bit of gap forming between the 0 and the 18. The 0 is actually now going to force the issue as well. Going to try to get past the 98. Now, the 98 has to realize that the 0 and the 16 are teammates. They will work with one another. The 98 has to hold P2 in order to not allow for some team games to possibly fly here. The 98 should be able to clear the 0 pretty handily. In fact, and the 98 may want to try to go for the lead right here. But, yeah, hey, you know what? Asking you shall receive. The 98 will go for the lead. Now, that's going to put the 16 in a box here. Looks like the 0 is going to maybe go 3 wide, possibly. But, no, he backs on off the last possible second, and he will give his teammate a little bit of push. Now, that is going to be crucial, because if the 98 can't clear the 0, now we have 2 teammates that are going to be working with one another. He needs the 18 of bats to kind of help him on out. But the 98 rolling that bottom side, a little bit loose right there, that's going to hurt him coming on to the backstretch, and that 0 will clear for a hot second. He wanted to get down low, but not quite there. The 98 has to work a little bit harder in order for that to happen. Oh, he gasses it, and a little bit of touch. They touch there, coming into the front stretch. Oh, look how close that is. There's so many inches that you can give between the 98 and the 0 right there. The 0, in fact, running that very tippy top right there is going to really get a good run coming off the corner. But the 16 can only go so fast, and he will quickly run out of real estate. This is the battle for the lead, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, the 18 of Bass is just saying, you know what, man? Burn out your tires, burn out your fuel. I am going to be back here. He's going to try to go at the last possible second to try to snag a podium and maybe even a back-to-back win. coming to 6 laps to go. We are on 6 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen, and you're going to be seeing, oh, the 98 clear, but the 16 is going to try to go for the over, and not going to quite clear. The 98 is still up top, and the 16, oh, the door slams shut by the 98, and that 16 is now going to have to play a little bit of drafting game as he wants to go on past. Never mind, he gets a little bit loose, and now the 16 is going to go down low. There is the move. The 98 is going to run up high. I think he wants to be here. So 5 laps to go in this race. The 16 is going to gas it. He's going to try to clear. Slide job gone wrong. Oh, very, very close, keeping it off the wall. Excellent work. Now, 16 is going to work with the 0 to try to draft him on up. Now, the 0 has a choice to make. Will he go for the win himself, or will he push his teammate to the victory? That is going to be the question that... Oh, big loose moment by the 98 and the 0. I think they kind of canceled each other out right there. 4 laps to go. 98 really tossed it on down. I have to stop playing with that camera shot right there. But he makes the move. And now it's going to be mano a mano, as now the 18 is going to be battling with the 0. Who is going to take P3 out of this? Elite versus... Elite versus the 98 of Mopawa Cat. We're on board with the 98 because he is the one chasing, coming to 3 to go here. Any one of these 4 can technically do it, but it's going to come at probably a dive bomb, or not even a dive bomb, a slide job, and that's probably what the 16 realizes. That is why he's running the low side right here, and that forces the 98 to run up high. Now, with 3 laps to go, there's still plenty of time to happen. He can make a move right here and still mount a counterattack if it doesn't work on out. But the 16's running smart. He's running the bottom. It may come down to a little bit of a bumper touch here, as the 98 is now kind of forcing the issue. He's really on the back bumper. In fact, he's going to go down low. The 16 goes to block. Unfortunately, oh, the 98 didn't appreciate that. He moves him. Now, the 0 may go for it right here, coming on through. And he will get below the 98. They touched, coming on through turn 1. Now the 0 is going to go for it with 2 laps to go. Make this a lap and a half. The 0 is going to go down low. The 98 is going to try to go for the crossover, and the 0 will now be moved up to the top side. The 98 down low. 1 lap to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Both interesting how this shakes on out. Both the white and blue cars are at the top spot. The 98 may clear. Oh no! What happened? The 0 low Chris. Oh my God! What's happening back there? They're all going at it. The 0 and the 18 all coming on through. And they will kind of wreck each other, and that will allow the 98 of Mopawa Cat to go and collect his first victory of the season. Now, you have to go quickly on board because looks like the 18, we weren't fast enough, was able to snake a podium off of that with the 0 of Lowcrest getting P4. Oh my goodness, did that happen? Yes, it did. Looks like as we're still finishing up results, Fireslay will collect P4. Oh no! Lilchrist lost a spot off of that. Fireslay will collect P4. The 0 of Lilchrist will get P5. I'm not quite sure. Let's see what the Discord has to say. Are they mad at each other? Oh my goodness. And yes, there is. There is a... Oh my goodness. Oh my God. What a finish indeed. So you can just see how close of a fuel they were. The 99 and the 54 both coming on down to get a get some fuel off of that. So because of that, we have a we have a lot of people upset. Looks like the Xander is trying to make a little bit of work with the 51 back there. Looks like they had a little bit of run-ins. Fastest lap goes to Terrell with a 32-1 flat. Let's get our podium guys up in here, and we will see. Let's get when do we race? We actually run every Friday with customs, Saturday with the Cup Series, F1 on Sundays, trucks on Mondays, and now this is the Everyone Series where anyone can join here on Tuesdays. Let's get our podium up in here. Exactly 1 hour of race time right here. So lovely how that kind of works on out. Let's get our off that. So I'm gonna mute myself for a hot second. All right. So as we wait for our podium guys to get up in here, we have a I guess it's kind of waiting on everyone to send in screenshots of full results. But so normally we go through and see where everyone finished, but I don't have it. So we only have our top five, which we already know. UK won with Elite P2, Bass P3. P4 is actually Fireslayer. He actually snookered a P4 out of that, with P5 being Lil Chris. So let's see what's going on with that. Hopefully someone can give me full results, question mark. But as we are waiting, we do actually have Evan already in here right now. So I guess, wow, a little bit of aggression in stages in the first two stages, of course, leading to one caution apiece in both, if I counted correctly at least. Stage three was clean and green with a couple unfortunate souls getting caught on out by a single car incident, meaning the 08 of Blakey T as well as the 54 of Xander. Both of them getting both of them getting kind of caught on out. But that led to a very dramatic finish. Bass, let's start with you. Last week's winner, and almost a winner again. What was your race from your perspective?
Uh, Start of it, I was all over the place, and I killed UK. Just ran out of talent. I'm sorry about that. But then, figured out how to drive at the final stage. Did everything I needed to do, and last lap just got killed. So, I mean, that guy's an absolute joke. That's all I gotta say about that. He choked the race away, so he got mad and just bounced and just turned left and killed me. So I don't know. I'm kind of mad about that, but P3 is pretty good, I guess. A little ticked off.
Sorry. I mean, obviously, it's one. It just. I don't know what to say to that, honestly. I can make some.
We'll see. You guys will see. Yeah. You'll see what happened. Don't worry about it.
Well, with that, I guess we're just gonna kind of just shuffle that away, sweep it under the rug, and move on to bigger things. So we have overall point situation, Bass. You already locked into the playoffs, so no need to worry about points technically, even those playoff points will definitely help. You said you were terrible in the stages. What did you do to the car in order to improve it?
I just tightened it up. I was too loose all over the place. Maybe I just didn't know how to drive. Probably was that. It just took me a while to get, figured it, just get settled in. I don't really practice or anything, so I don't know. I just tightened it up a little bit, and it was pretty good at the end. Yeah, pretty much.
Had fun at the end. Well, I guess there we go. I mean, all you need to do is just really just tighten up. But excellent job, Bass. Unfortunate. I guess for you, based on what I'm hearing, in order to get a P3 out of that, but P3 is still pretty good. All in all, though, we have a P2 now to talk about, and that is Elite Precision. Let's go over to AJ Allmendinger for that. Elite, first podium of the season, and I'm sure many more. your POV, I'm sure, is very different compared to what these other two will say. Let's hear it.
Um, to be honest, it was a pretty good race. To me at least. Just battling for the win, and kind of I gave it away at the end. I was trying to block UK and got nudged a little bit going to the corner, but it wasn't nothing egregious. It was kind of more on me because I tried to turn back down in the center of the corner and I got real loose and somehow saved it, and then that was my race from there. And was trying to see if I can still get back up there, see if the leaders would collide with each other. And Chris got real loose on the last lap and coming off a two and took me and Bass out. The glitch, I don't know if I don't know, but he just got loose. I mean, but everybody gets loose off of that corner, so I'm not too mad about that. Second place. Yeah, I didn't really have any issues with the car. It's just that I gave it away at the end.
Well, I mean, just definitely from what I was watching at least, the whole stages itself was very was very, I guess, close. To the one point, I saw a four wide, and then also 3x3x3. There was 9 cars all grouped into a singular, like, 2 foot stretch of track. It was weird. But I mean, that's both honestly what draft does, and that's why I lowered draft. If you guys are ever wondering for a reason, is for that, as well as just, I mean, that's just also shows just how many competitive people we have here. Now, what they do with those runs, that's a whole different story. But Elite, though, you had a solid run in going for you last race at Talladega as well. You're still currently at 10 points above the cut, and I'm sure you're probably not worried about not making the playoffs. But as we go to Darlington next week, I'm I'm nervous for other reasons. But what are you expecting out of next week?
Just try to stay out of the, you know, all the drama in the back. Try to get a good qualifying spot. I'm going to have to deal with Xander there, most likely UK and them. So just try to get my car good for that track. I kind of struggled there the last time it was in the trucks, so try to figure that out for next week.
Well, I mean, there we go. Darlington, the lady in black. We're out to see who can tame that wench. So excellent job, Elite. Probably the
Thank you.
first of many more podiums. But we'll have to see though, because the person that was chasing you, majority of the race was also our stage one winner. Let's go over to Chase Briscoe. It's probably faster to go this way. UK, you got a copy, man?
Yes, I'm here.
So, oh, wow. What a set of circumstances. We actually gained a subscriber out of all of that. Someone totally unrelated to the league. So thank you all so much for that, coming on down and watching. We have a excellent race from our POVs, I guess we can say. What was it like for you for that final run there? Take us through your mindset.
That was intense. That had me like shaking a little bit. But one, because I didn't want to get loose off of either turning or wreck everybody. But I mean, the car was good in the last run. And I knew that I had something if I could get enough pit stop, which was all right. And just chasing him down, make sure I had enough fuel and tire, and then when it was time to go, and we had a pretty good battle.
Well,
And Bass is alright, it happens. I didn't know that was you at
I
first.
thought that. I actually like you. I felt that about that.
I was like 10 laps forward, and I'm like, oh, I'm in the fence now. But it's all good. It was a fun race. It was one of the best races I've been in that track.
well, that's very fun to have. A Homestead race that is actually fun. Shocker. Um, we actually we've had three instances of the bots, so you know it's an official race. One in each stage.
Oh, of
So
course.
yeah, I know, right? So excellent work, UK. Now this punches your ticket to the playoffs, much the same fashion as it did last season. In fact, actually, I need to look up. That's what I wanted to do. Right in a hot second of where you earned your victory last season. If I recall correctly, it was Atlanta. It was also race two of the season, so weird how that works out. I mean, what are you expecting moving forward? Because obviously now you are locked in. I'm going to ask the same question as Bass. Like, what are your expectations for the rest of the season?
Let me pull up the. Can you have the schedule up there right now?
We're going to Darlington next week. I'll say that.
Well, I'm decent there. Hopefully, I can have a good run there. Um, there's not really much tracks I could probably win at. I see Bristol on there, so I mean, I'm looking forward to that. So, probably get as much stage points and top points as I can to help me out in the playoffs.
Well,
And I got three other. Well, hold on. Yeah, three other teammates that I try to help in there too.
well, and I guess that's gonna be the name of the game. I was talking about that earlier in the race. Friends are where you find them, and especially for tracks like that don't require as much teamwork. Meaning like Bristol short tracks. I guess also road courses as well. You kind of have to just kind of forge your own path, but definitely on some draft tracks we have coming up, like Michigan. Um, Chicagoland to a degree, as well as in the playoffs itself, we're going to have Kentucky, which is a draft track in its own right. You're going to have to kind of rely on that and hope the more people in the playoffs, the better. But we only have 8 spots, and 2 of them have already been filled. Yeah, honestly, I think it was a good race overall. But we do have a question mark as to what will happen next week. Any final thoughts before we close on out for the night, guys?
Good race, everybody.
Yep, good race.
It's fun race.
All right, well, there we
Except the
go.
last lap.
Well, I'm sure anyone would be kind of upset with the last lap. Hey, at least it wasn't the last lap in the F1 race. Oh my God, that
You're telling me.
that would have. I think that would probably be a little bit worse, honestly. But we move on though. With that closes out the race week here for MRL. We'll be live again next Saturday for the Cup Series. We're going to be at Gateway. So it's gonna be interesting because we have been there only once before, but not in an official capacity. We were there for a fun season, which counts, but not really. But that'll be our next time we're going to be live, so tune in then. Until then, congrats on the win, UK. We also have Elite P2 and Bass. Thank you for also being one of my POVs. I pulled up your stream. You and Clay came in clutch. So with that, we're going to close on now, and we'll see you on the next one.